close to a sold-out Palace in Mishawaka. The area's hottest ticket is because we have the state's hottest game. The #1 team in 3A, the Marian Knights, have come a-calling on the 4A second-ranked Penn Kingsmen for this edition of the 46th game of the week. And how you doing, everybody? Alongside the Hall of Famer Bo Hunt and Craig Heatherly courtside, it's Chuck Freeby. Man, what an atmosphere here at Penn tonight. I have never seen this place as packed as it is tonight, but why not? We've got a Marian team coming in that was the state runner-up a year ago in Class 3A. They are ranked #1 and very deserving of it.
Yeah, they definitely are. They lost a little bit of talent last year, but those young guys that they had on that team, they've matured in the offseason. That's why they're ranked #1, because they played together as a team. They can play fast, they can play slow, they play defense, they play offense. They have it all.
And yet Rob Berger says the top 2 teams in the state are definitely Ben Davis and Penn, and that's the way they're ranked in Class 4A, mainly because Ben Davis beat Penn at the Hall of Fame tournament. But Penn has the player that may be the best in the state in Marcus Burke.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to hear his name all night, a lot tonight. But the thing with this team is they're a team. They play together. They have 5 senior starters. You don't see that very often on the high school level where you have 5 seniors in the starting lineup. But they have a lot of talent in those 5 seniors. They play together as a group. And Marcus Burton not only scores, but he passes the ball and he rebounds as well.
Craig Heatherly joins us from courtside, assuming he can hear us. Craig, Marian has beaten Penn 8 consecutive times. That is hard to believe it has happened to an Al Rhodes coach team. So Penn's motivation is clear tonight. What about the Knights?
Yeah, Chuck, in a game like tonight, you want to be the best version of yourself, whether you're wearing blue or you're wearing white. My advice to both teams tonight, empty the tank. Whether you're playing on the floor, on the bench, whether you're a coach, whether you're a fan, give everything you got to a moment like this. It doesn't matter who's won the last 8 games. It's going to be the team and the fan base that brings it the best tonight. It's going to be a fun one.
As you can tell from Mr. Heatherly, it's a little loud in this place, and it's only going to get louder just the way we like it. A lot to talk about on the St. Joe County Police Department pregame show with the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win, and we'll do it next on the 46th Game of the Week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Bill's Heating, Health Markets, Tony Letcher, St. Joseph County Police Department, Martin's Supermarkets, Interra Credit Union, HealthLink, Jordan Automotive Group, TCU, Electrical Workers, Crown Trophy, St. Andrews Products, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, and the IHSAA.
And this edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome back to the Palace on the campus of Penn High School. Officially sold out, 4,500 in the house tonight. As we begin our St. Joe County Police Department pregame show with the Keys to Win. There you see the 2 head coaches, Al Rhodes and Rob Berger. Over 1,000 wins between those 2 men. So let's break it down for you with the Jordan Auto Keys to Win. We'll start with the Marian Knights, led by their senior guard, Declan Sullivan, averaging just a shade below 20 points a game and 4 rebounds a contest. Also leads his team in assists and steals. He had his season high last year in our game against the Kingsmen with 27. And he'll get a lot of help down low from Darian Thornton. The 6'4 senior is averaging 13 points a game. He's been in double figures for 9 games. And Thornton also getting 5 rebounds a game. And as both coaches will note in their Keys to Win, rebounding a critical factor tonight. So let's look at Rob Berger and the Knights.
Yeah, the keys to win tonight for the Marian Knights, they need to keep the Kingsmen out of the paint. That's one of the big areas that Coach Berger talked about, making sure they box out and keep them out. Contest shooters, they got guys that can shoot the 3. They need to make sure they get a hand in the face and be iron men and iron workers. They need to attack the rim offensively and defensively. Rob Berger's take on the Kingsmen.
I mean, because they can score everywhere. I mean, they got one of the top players in the state of Indiana, #1. But he's surrounded by 2 kids that can really shoot it and 2 6'7", 6'8" kids inside. So, you know, they will test our inside, they'll test our perimeter, containing the dribble, you know, guarding people on the three-point line. They'll expose any weaknesses we have, that's for sure.
And the young man that Rothberger mentions as the guy that gets it done for Penn is Marcus Burton, committed to the University of Notre Dame, a Mr. Basketball candidate. He leads the state in scoring and only needs 12 points tonight to break the all-time Penn career scoring record, but he literally leads the Kingsmen in every positive category. Doesn't do it alone, though. I think a real key player in this game tonight is the other guard, and that's Joe Smith, the 6-foot senior. He averages 10 points a game, but he is a lockdown defender who frequently guards the other team's best player, and he'll likely be doing so tonight. The keys for the veteran Al Rhodes and the Kingsmen.
The keys tonight for the Kingsmen, they need to not zone out. They cannot get in this game. They need to stay focused the whole time. They need to stop that dribble penetration. Marian's going to try to do that every single possession. They need to stop that and win the rebounding battle. That's offensively and defensively. Penn averages most of their points on those offensive boards. Al Rhodes in all 676 wins in his take on the Marian Knights.
Coach Berger, he just teaches his kid, first of all, 2 great zone defenses, and they move the ball and attack off the dribble as good as anybody that we play. The older Sullivan boy is a tremendous basketball player. They're built around his abilities. He makes all of his teammates better. I've never seen somebody get so many layups in the full court as well as in the half court as what he does. So we got our hands full with him tonight.
Literally hanging from the rafters. That is the row behind the upper balcony here at the Palace. So let me tell you, folks, you've got the best seat in the house watching it here on TV 46. This has been our St. Joe County Police Department pregame show with the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win. The starting lineups and the opening tip-off of this one are next on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Intera Credit Union. Excellence, integrity, and invested. The veteran PA announcer Dwayne Lewandowski introducing the starting lineups. We'll do it too. Here's Bo Hunt.
Starting lineups tonight sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. For Marian, at the guards, you got senior Declan Seville averaging 19.9 a game. And then you got Jackson Price, another senior, averaging 10 a game. The other starters, Darian Thornton, a senior, averaging 12.5. And Zion Rhodes, junior, averaging 6.2 a game. And then you got Deuce Owens, the sophomore, averaging 4.5 a game. And then for the Penn Kingsmen, also sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. At the 2 guards, you got Joey Garwood, the 6'3", senior, averaging 11 a game. Marcus Burton, we'll hear his name quite often tonight, the senior, averaging 27.5 a game. Joe Smith, another senior, averaging almost 10 points a game. Josh Gatete, as the lights go out here tonight.
Gatete's a 6'8" senior. He averages right around 4 points a game. Let me help you out on the last one there. It's Dylan Durda, 6'8" senior. He averages 5 points and 5 rebounds a game. Starting lineups brought to you by Klein Custom Homes. You get a look at the panorama, the cell phone lights on here at the Palace. We can tell you the series history for this one. And it's been dominated by the Kingsmen over the years. They lead at 38-17. The first meeting back in 1967, the first year there was a Marian high school. But Marian has won the last 8, including a 68-59 win last year over at Demetrius Jackson Court that helped prepare the Marian Knights to the MIC title. And you hear the roar go up from this crowd as they get ready to announce the Penn starting lineup.
As you see the Penn Kingsmen getting ready to come out on the court, you see those beautiful uniforms. And tonight's St. Andrews Products uniform check is brought to you by St. Andrews Products. And that home team, the Penn Kingsmen, they're wearing those white jerseys and shorts. They're wearing the gold numbers and letters and black piping. And for the visiting team, the Marian Knights, wearing the blue jerseys and shorts white numbers, letters, and piping. These teams look great, and so can your teams. And the Feinstein Apparel and Promotional Products, contact St. Andrews Products at sales@standrewscourt.com.
I've covered postseason games in this gym, and they have never been quite as packed as this one is tonight. But that's to be expected when you've got the #1 ranked team in Class 3A facing the #2 ranked team in 4A. And our factoids tonight are sponsored by Barnaby's Pizza with locations in Mishawaka, Granger, and Twin Branch. So let's show you the Class 3A poll that Marian is part of. They're ranked #1. We saw Northwood Tuesday night ranked #2. North Davies is a 1A team playing up at 3A. They're ranked 3rd. And then Washington and West Noble, local teams that are in the top 6. The 3A area is absolutely stacked.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Northwood the other night. Just a phenomenal team as well. We got West Noble, great team. And, of course, this Marian Knight team as well. We're going to see here tonight what a great matchup between 1 versus 2. And as we get ready for the opening tip night, sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. I'll turn it over to the Hall of Famer himself, Chuck Freebie.
Gene Teal will toss it up. He's working with Lane Meeks and Wes Yoder. And we're ready to rock. From the Palace in Mishawaka, Josh Gatete and Penn control the opening tip. Kingsmen come in 11-1. Their best win came over North Davies. Their only loss to Ben Davis. They beat Northridge Tuesday, 85-42. Gatete throws it away, looking for Dylan Durda.
Ball control tonight and turnovers are going to be one key area with the rebounding we talked about, making sure that the teams hold possessions and make sure they take care of that basketball.
The Marian Knights are 14-1 on the year. Their best win came over Mishawaka. Their only loss to Homestead in overtime. Jackson Price for 3, airballs it, and the rebound to Joey Garwood. Both teams understandably a little bit nervous coming out in this kind of atmosphere. Joe Smith running things from the point for Penn. Dylan Durda back outside to Smith. Ball knocked away and out of bounds off Burton. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Kingsmen.
A big thank you to Barnaby Pizza in Mishawaka on Grape Road and Granger, and now in the new Twin Branch location. Well, you'll always find delicious pizza and a relaxed family atmosphere. Order online at MishawakaBarnabys.com.
That's Declan Sullivan, drew the contact on the floor. It'll go against Joey Garwood, the first on Garwood and the first on the Kingsmen.
Big thank you to that Barnaby Pizza for feeding our crew tonight. And with Twin Branch 1, just great food, and they brought a lot out tonight for us.
Zion Rhodes collected the inbounds pass. Sullivan with a head and shoulder fake, couldn't get the layup, and the rebound to Gatete. Burton brings it across, fires over the zone and hits. The three-pointer sponsored by Hardware Plus. Marcus Burton hit 8 of those on Tuesday night against Northridge.
And he's not afraid to back it up clear to the three-point range or a pro three-point range as well.
Gatete blocked Thornton the first time. Durda gets the rebound the second. Across Joe Smith for 3. It's sponsored by Hardware Plus. The Kingsmen were 12 of 19 from outside the arc on Tuesday night, and they've hit their first 2 missiles tonight. Inside, Deuce Owens fouled by Gatete. That'll be the first on Josh. You'll meet Josh Gatete at halftime, one of our TCU Student Athletes of the Week. It'll send Deuce Owens to the line for free throws sponsored by McDonald Physical Therapy. Deuce only a 55% foul shooter.
McDonald Physical Therapy is proud to have Michiana's top physical therapist known for quality of care and patient focus. Remember, McDonald Physical Therapy when you need to get back in the game.
Owens, a 6'2 sophomore, also a member of the football team. Had a career-high 10 in the win over Warren Central. Couldn't get that one to go, and the rebound again to Penn. Burton will bring it across, a 6-1 lead. Joe Smith, double fist for the play call. Burton gets a screen. Garwood for 3. That's too strong, and Sullivan the rebound for Penn. Sullivan moving it around on the outside. Now here's Darian Thornton. Sullivan guarded by Gatete. Sullivan over Gatete for two. Wow.
Very interesting matchup of putting Gatete, the 6'8" guy, on Daglin Sullivan.
Sullivan nearly picked Burton's pocket, instead called for the foul. That's his first, and that's something that Marian can't afford a lot of.
No, I was just looking at the foul situation. Penn's only got a couple. Marian's first one, but Marian is not very deep on the bench. Penn goes to the bench a little bit. They're not quite as deep as well, but Marian is not deep off that bench.
It's Garwood to Burton on the baseline. Drives, shoots, and hits. What body control from Marcus Burton. He has 5. Remember, he needs 11 to tie the all-time scoring record. 12 will break it here at Penn. Held by Noah Applegate. Deuce Owens trying to drive on Gatete. Sticky man-to-man defense by the Kingsmen. Sullivan. Again, Gatete makes him shoot a contested shot, and it's missed. And Durda gets the rebound, and he's fouled by Zion Rhodes.
Carl K. Memorials wants to wish the athletes in this game good luck. We are proud of your hard work and your accomplishments.
Penn's length giving Marian fits early on. As you look at Al Rhodes in his 42nd season, the Indiana Basketball Hall of Famer, 676 career wins. This is his 996th game as a head coach tonight. Burton down in the corner. Kicks it out to Garwood. Burton now. And Marian sticking in that 2-3 zone, trailing 8-3. Penn showing some patience here. Got the feeling coming into this one, Marian wanted to hold the pace down a little bit. And they're doing that with this defensive effort here.
Yeah, I have to agree. You know, they like to run that zone and really kind of pack it in. And a team that used to getting up and down the court.
But Joe Smith working on breaking that zone as he goes over the top for the second time. And Rob Berger wants timeout. It's sponsored by Twix Dairy Queen. 3:41 to go, first quarter. The Kingsmen have erupted to an 11-3 lead on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. And a reminder, our first quarter being brought to you by Indiana State Senator Ryan Mishler, a proud supporter of high school athletics. He wants to wish all the athletes in this game good luck. We celebrate your hard work and dedication to the team. After the timeout, let's see what kind of adjustments Rob Berger has his squad make. They're lucky not to turn it over there. Sullivan. Now Darian Thornton had it taken right away by Marcus Burton. And here he comes. Bucket of the bump. You'll get another look on the R&B Car Company replay at the excellence that is Burton as he hangs in the air and absorbs the contact.
One of the things coming into this game, we talked pregame a little bit, is we really feel that this might be one of those games where there's 5 different games within one, where you have one team that makes a lot of runs and another one that comes back after that. But Marian's got to make a run here.
The Burton free throw sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. Marian down by 11, their biggest deficit of the season. Zion Rhodes outside. That was nearly thrown away. Look how far out Marian is having to start its offense. They finally work it inside to Deuce Owens for 2. And I think that's going to be one of the keys, Bo, finding matchups that work for Marian.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things there is really they're pushing the defense out. And I think the biggest thing is they got to find who's off, because they have multiple guys that can score. It's just a matter of who's overplaying.
Marian now in the 1-3-1 gets the steal ahead to Darian Thornton for 2. So a little switch of defense out of the timeout works some magic for Rob Berger. couple of quick buckets. Gatete on the wing. Joe Smith has had a hot hand early. Burton. Now Garwood. Boy, what a release valve you have in Burton, and he goes in strong and draws the foul. It'll be called on Zion Rhodes, his second. And quickly, Grant Mishler is into the game for Marian along with Paxton Sullivan.
Yeah, getting a couple subs in early, especially for Rhodes after picking up his second foul here early in the first quarter.
.201 to go, first quarter. Packed house here at the Palace. Garwood for three. That's off the mark, and the rebound to Declan Sullivan. Sullivan brings it all the way down and traveled.
Yeah, he kind of had a little hesitation there. If it would have been a smooth spin there, but the good job, I believe that was Garwood on that, or Joe Smith on that guard right there. He got in his path of progression, and he ran into him and stopped his dribble.
First turnover called against Marian. Burton for three again. Too strong. Garwood tried to save it, but stepped out of bounds.
Floor Coverings International of Michiana cheers for the Kingsmen. Whether you're looking for tile, carpet, hardwood, or luxury vinyl, they can help transform your home into your dream home. Visit Michiana.flooringcoveringsinternational.com.
Price outside. He can be a strong three-point shooter. Where does the offense come from? Is it Declan Sullivan? Gatete, his length has been giving Declan fits early on. Down low to Mishler. They've been able to take the dribble drive away from Sullivan so far. You see the great handles of Declan, but Burton has had enough. He'll come streaking down and hit the reverse. He's got 10. He needs 2 more for the Penn School record. Meanwhile, Kingsmen lead it by 9. And another Marian turnover.
Josh Gatete's defense has just been phenomenal here in the first quarter. The turnover right there, he was caused all by him right there. And the defense that he's been playing on Declan Sullivan has been unbelievable.
Gene Teal making sure things stay under control down there. 38 seconds left here in the first. Dominic Bonner in the game now. He wears number 13. That's him on the baseline. Tried to hit the cutting Gatete, but it's taken away. Back to Burton. Couldn't hit the layup. Thought he was fouled. Burton still down on the floor, and what do we have?
Looked like Garwood picked up his second foul. Yeah, they're going to call it on Joey Garwood, his second foul.
That is the third on the Kingsmen. Sure looked like Burton had the legs taken out from under him, but there was no call. And now Rhodes letting Wes Yoder know about it in front of the Penn bench. Paxton Sullivan loses it out of bounds, but Marian retains possession with 8.2 seconds left. You see the clock bottom right-hand corner of the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. Price to inbounds. Oh, he had Paxton Sullivan open, didn't see him. Thornton for three. Too strong. Rebound Bonner. He'll try from three-quarter, too far. And the first quarter comes to an end. A first quarter dominated by the Penn Kingsmen and the play of Marcus Burton. He had to go up against Declan Sullivan, who managed just 2 points. Burton has 10, and Penn leads at 16-7 after 1 on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. The guy that serves us with the Bills Heating Courtside Report, Craig Heatherly, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Yeah, I want to shine a light on Marcus Burton, but not a flashlight, a spotlight. The kid's getting it done in a variety of ways. He's scoring in transition. Al Rhodes is using him against the 2-3 zone, having him run the baseline so he can make plays down there against slower defenders. And then against the 1-3-1, he's bringing them out on the floor and allowing them to attack the basket. He's not just making great plays, Chuck. He's making the right play.
And playing pretty good defense to get the transition game going as well.
So what they're doing, they're switching everything. And that's the best way to guard dribble penetration, keeping the ball in front.
Second quarter being brought to us by Indiana State Senator Ryan Mishler, proud supporter of high school athletics, wishing the athletes in this game good luck and celebrating their hard work and dedication. Darian Thornton trying to back down. Gatete took the bunny hop. Marian, which started almost turnover free, now has 5 in the first half. Penn trying to snap this 8-game losing streak at the hands of the Knights. Over on the side, it's Burton down the baseline. Short on that one, and the rebound comes to Sullivan. It was Paxton Sullivan that time. That's his brother Declan, and that's a layup.
Great take to the hoop there, great body control. You had 6'8" Gatete in the lane there, and he was able to go up and around.
Bonner goes down low and throws it away as Gatete could not hang on.
Good opportunity for Marian here to start the second quarter to get right back in this game with a couple quick buckets.
Price on the outside. And again, Marian just trying to find, is there a matchup we can exploit? Likely isn't the one where Joe Smith is guarding you. Trey Miller now guarding Sullivan. And switches on to Paxson. Jackson Price couldn't get the 3. The rebound saved by Burton and kept alive for Penn. Here's Gatete. Now Burton for the school record. Couldn't get it. Bonner the rebound, too strong. Tapped up and in the bucket of the bump for Miller.
Offensive rebounds, we talked about it. Penn is so great at getting those offensive rebounds and getting those putbacks all year, and they do it again here tonight. Penn's free throws brought to you by Klein Custom Homes as Trey Miller goes to the line here for 1.
He's only been there twice this season. He's hit both of his previous ones. And he got that one to go as well. Kingsmen up 10. Paxton Sullivan trying to drive the baseline. There's Price for 3. That time he was open and hit it.
Yeah, the first 2 times he's taken threes, he's been kind of contested a little bit. That time he was not, and he was wide open and drained it.
That's the first 3 for a Marian team that typically shoots 41% from outside the arc. Joe Smith has it on the outside. Smith works it back to Gatete. Down low, Burton to Smith for 3. Offline, but the rebound to Bonner. Bonner looking for help. There's Trey Miller, and he's fouled on the way up by Deuce Owens. The first on Deuce. But another offensive rebound for Penn, paying dividends.
Yeah, just another one of those examples of getting the offensive rebound. Trey Miller just doing a good job.
Miller's free throws here, sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. Trey, an outstanding shooter this season. He's 7 for 9 on 2s and 7 for 14 from three-point range. Had a career-high 11 against Valpo. Averages 3.5 per game, and he's already got 3 tonight.
Frick's Dairy Queen on South Michigan Street in South Bend goes great with any timeout. Dunk a fry into one of your world-famous Oreo hot chocolate blizzards. Still a delicious chicken strip from your dad's chicken strip basket, or go for the 3, our famous triple flamethrower stack burger. Proud to sponsor high school athletics. Frick's Dairy Queen wishes the Marian Knights good luck. Dairy Queen, happy tastes good.
Garwood checks back in for Penn, taking Miller's place. He gave them some great minutes off the bench. Penn with the lead back up to 9. Good cut by Sullivan, and he lays it in for 2. He's only 6'1", but he is sure not afraid to go draw the contact in the paint.
Yeah, he's been taking it to the hole since his freshman year. One of the things he really did a really good job of, and every year getting better.
Joe Smith rattles that one out. Rebound collected by Garwood, but he travels.
Wow, another offensive board. That's 3 straight series down where Penn's got an offensive board, able to connect 2 out of the 3, but Marian's got to do something about that.
And then Rob Berger is hollering for fouls down there. He feels his team is being shoved out of the way, and that's why Penn's able to get those offensive rebounds. Thornton from 16 buries that one. Darian Thornton with 4 now, and Marian chiseling its way back in. It's back to a 5-point game. Gatete on the outside. Bonner. Burton wants it. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound. Garwood was fouled by Paxton Sullivan, his first.
Marian students learn with humility, serve with compassion, and lead with integrity in the classroom, on the athletic fields, and in the community. This legacy began over 55 years ago. Learn more how you can become part of this tradition and become a Knight by visiting our website at marianhs.org. Go Knights!
Joey Garwood is a 92% free throw shooter on the year. These sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. That's his first point of the night. He averages 11 points a contest. 3.6 GPA. Garwood buries them both. Penn has been money at the line here in the first half. And that's why they've got this 7-point lead. Jackson Price puts a move on Garwood, and his pass knocked out of bounds.
The Penn Boosters root for Kingsmen's success in this game and all season, supporting all Penn extracurricular activities for a $10 donation. You too can show your Penn spirit. Last year, the Penn's Booster awarded $59,000 for academic clubs and teams. Follow them on Facebook or go to pennboosters.org.
Price looking to inbound and threw it right into the hands of Joe Smith. Down the court to Bonner, who goes up strong and gets the bucket. Transition points that time for Penn.
Yeah, and Marian can't play any physical defense down there on that because they're in foul trouble at this point, so they just got to play it straight up.
Got a bumping foul here on Joe Smith. Called a Sullivan drive. That's his first and only the 4th on Penn. Sullivan will handle it outside. We've got a whistle and a moving screen called against Marian. That's going to be on Deuce Owens, and that's his second. Rob Berger not amused.
8th team foul on Marian tonight.
But because it was a player control foul, no free throws out of it. And a timeout called by Penn. It's sponsored by the Penn Boosters. 3:46 to go first half. Kingsmen up 25-16 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. And as we look at the best records in the area, well, 2 of the 3 teams that only have 1 loss going head-to-head tonight. As Marian visits Penn, West Noble, Ethan Marsh, and the Chargers have a kid named Austin Kripe who had a wonderful Northeast Corner Conference tournament. And I wouldn't hesitate to take any of those 3 down below. Mishawaka, Northwood, and Washington will see the Cavemen Tuesday night. 9-point lead for the Kingsmen in the ball. 3:45 to go first half. Joey Garwood. There's Burton, and he's fouled. Nope, travel.
Hardware Plus is a proud supporter of high school sports and has been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century, featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts. Hardware Plus, where your service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
Both teams now with 6 turnovers. Here's Declan Sullivan. Sullivan outside to Deuce Owens. Owens over Gatete for 2. Owens has 5 tonight. That's right around his average.
Yeah, Marian's definitely going to have some other guys step up here tonight. Same thing with Penn. You know, they have to have those key guys, not just Burton, Garwood, or Smith.
Look at the hustle by Paxton Sullivan as he created that turnover. Oh, Jackson Price was lonely for 3. They didn't see him. Now he's open and drew the contact. from Bonner, and that'll be 3 free throws for Jackson Price, sponsored by McDonald Physical Therapy.
Jackson had a little bit of acting, I believe, on that. Bonner did get a little bit of body on that, but he must be in a little bit of the acting class over at Marian.
Well, and it doesn't hurt his cause to get to the foul line. 88% free throw shooter. And, of course, the whammy.
Yeah, Klein Custom Homes in Michiana's premier home builder. Come visit one of our exclusive neighborhoods or let Klein Custom Homes build on your property anywhere in Michiana. For more info, visit us at KleinCustomHomes.com.
Met Jackson's great-grandpa Bob before the game. You look at Al Rhodes on the sidelines. Hard to believe this is his 15th season at Penn, and he is the first Penn alum to become their basketball coach. 25-20, Kingsmen lead it. Marcus Burton 2 points away from history. Burton with the drive, the kick out, and the 3 by Joe Smith is off, but another offensive rebound for Bonner. Penn not exactly shooting it very well here in the first half, but their offensive rebounds have been great. Now a rare 3-second violation call.
I was just looking at that, and I was trying to figure out why they're getting so many offensive rebounds. Bonner was standing in the lanes. I counted 8 seconds on that one. All he's doing is just trying to get position down there for the shot to get that offensive board.
Kept thinking somebody was going to take it. They didn't. Jackson Price knocked away by Burton. Here's the chance for the record. He's got it. Marcus Burton is the all-time leading scorer at Penn High School, breaking Noah Applegate's mark. Congratulations to the Kingsmen guard.
Well deserved, a lot of hard work, a lot of time put in to get that record.
And appropriately enough, he set it up with a steal.
Looks like Bonner's going to pick up his second foul. Clover Machinery Movers is proud to support Kingsmen Athletics. For over 65 years, Clover Machinery Movers has been providing professional, reliable machinery moving. When you need your project done right, on time, and on budget, contact the experts at Clover Machinery Movers.
Price had it knocked away by Garwood. He'll go the distance for 2. Penn opening up to a 9-point lead. Less than 90 seconds to go, first half. Darian Thornton in trouble. Here's Declan Sullivan. High arching jumper for 2. And Sullivan now with 8. Marian has hit its last 5 two-point shots. Their problem tonight has been beyond the arc, but they're hanging around despite not necessarily playing well in this first half. Only down 7. Will Penn hold for the last shot?
Imaginarian Finishing Technologies brand is globally known as a knowledge source for metal finishing. Like the teams in this game, Imaginarian is always working toward a great finish. IFT is a proud supporter of all student athletes.
Kingsmen happy to work some time off the clock here. Waning seconds of the first half. You see that clock, bottom right side of the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. Joe Smith to Marcus Burton. Those two have 18 points between them here in the first half. Burton pulls the trigger. And holding is called on Marian. It'll be a 1 in the bonus for Marcus Burton, sponsored by Klein Custom Homes.
Carl K. Memorials wants to wish the athletes in this game good luck. We are proud of your hard work and accomplishments.
And I believe that's the 3rd on Darian Thornton.
Yep, you're right. I actually had it only for 2, but that is his 3rd.
So here's Burton, an 84% foul shooter, the leading scorer in the state of Indiana. He also leads the team in assists, steals, and rebounding. Al Rhodes was effusive in his praise of Burton. I asked him, do you ever see any jaw-dropping moments after 42 years? He said, only every day in practice. Price tried to hoist a three, but traveled.
Hey, wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are the most valuable asset? Well, now's your chance because Rescore is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits, include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the Rescore family and a $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit rescore.com. That's RESCHCOR.com.
Can Penn get a tip with point three? Gatete too high for him, and the ball goes out of bounds, but there should be time on the clock here because it was never touched. It was never touched.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to run another play here.
And they'll be able to have the ball out of bounds in that spot, same spot.
The ball was never touched in bounds, and that's why the clock should not have run. Can't blame the clock keeper for having a quick trigger finger there. So let's see if Marian can perhaps get some sort of miraculous tip in the final point three. Sullivan from three-quarter court. It won't go, and the first half comes to an end. Here's Craig Heatherly with the Bills Heating courtside report. Craig, just go ahead and talk to him.
Coach Rhodes, you guys are averaging 73 points a game, but it's your defense right now. You're switching everything on the top. There's pros and cons to it. What do you think about your team's effort on that floor?
Yeah, we've been playing excellent defense all year. I thought it's been very good. We're just trying to stay in front of them. Marian's a great team.
Offensively, you've been poised against the zone. You're moving Marcus around a little bit. What do you see there offensively?
Put him in different places, and we've been successful so far.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you, Craig. Our Bills Heating courtside report with Al Rhodes. Stick around. We've got our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. It all comes your way next. Penn up 31-22 on the 46 game of the week. It is halftime here at the Palace, and it's time to honor our Tony Letcher Student Athletes of the Week, brought to us by Tony Letcher and Health Markets. Two terrific representatives of these academic institutions. We've got Declan Sullivan from Marian High School, Josh Gatete from Penn. We always begin with the visitors first. You've seen Declan. It seems like he's been on the 8-year plan at Marian. He has been there a long, long time, moving up the charts in basketball. But as impressive as your scoring average is, your GPA is right up there too. How do you balance those two?
It's really just all about time management. You know, I got to fit in my homework, the times when I'm not practicing and working out. And my parents have always stressed how important grades are, so that's really just, I've always had to fit them in, and that's really what they've taught me.
And you've had some older siblings to kind of follow in their footsteps from. What's it like to be part of a family where basketball clearly means so much?
You know, they gave me a lot to look up to. They all did really well in high school, so I was just trying to live up to the family name that they established, and just represent the Sullivan family well.
You mentioned the values your parents instilled in you, and some of those values are reflected off the court too. I know in the past you participated in the March for Life. What does that mean to you?
I think that's a very important thing. That's just being pro-life. That's something that my dad has always preached to us. My mom has always preached to us. You know, we're a Catholic family, so obviously that comes into play. And it's just one of our values that they've always instilled in us, and it means a lot to us.
I joked about the 8 years of high school for you, but it's almost coming to an end. What are you going to do after Marian?
I plan to pursue either engineering or pre-med at some college. I don't know what college yet, but those are my plans.
Well, best of luck to you, Declan, in the future.
Thank you.
That's Declan Sullivan of Marian High School. Over here, this big fella is Josh Gatete. And, of course, you've seen him here in the first half, but not only impressive on the basketball court, in the classroom as well. Again, a balancing act with all the time you have to put into athletics. How do you find time for the academics?
Oh, it's just all about time management. So I have to make sure that with all the heavy practices that we find time to get my homework done and stay on top of my grades, because at some point basketball ends for everyone, so you want to have something to do later on in life.
You have been getting some college attention, but you play a different role on this team than maybe some other people. How would you describe your role on this squad?
So we have a lot of seniors this year and a lot of people that probably would be like a top player on a different team in the area, but on this team, I just make sure that I'm like the defensive anchor for the team, leading the team in blocks and just doing the best I can to keep everybody motivated on the court.
Clearly somebody has put the values of hard work into your life. Who's done that for you?
My parents, so they're both immigrants and they had to work hard, really hard here as they moved to the country. So like everything that they've embraced, they've taught to me and my brother and just made sure that we stay on the same track as they do.
And it had to be tough for them to adopt to a new culture, but obviously you've all fit in very well. What has the Penn community meant to you?
It's just like everybody's been so supportive and it's like a great culture here at Penn, so it's just been important to be like around these type of people since I've grown up.
So once you graduate, what do you do?
I'm looking to do business and study accounting in college.
Best of luck to you, Josh. You're an impressive young man.
Thank you so much.
And not just because of the height, although that's impressive too. Josh Gatete from Penn, Declan Sullivan from Marian, our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. Stick around. Halftime highlights and stats from this NIC Showdown come your way next on the 46 Game of the Week. (31-22) Penn here at the intermission. Chuck and Bo high above the fray. Welcome inside the Martin Supermarket broadcast booth. First time most of these folks have sat down here tonight at the Palace, but they've seen a very entertaining ball game. One where the Penn Kingsmen have already had one person set a school record, Marcus Burton, now the all-time leading scorer here at Penn High School. But to me, the biggest standpoint of this game, Bo, the second chance points and the rebounding dominance by the Kingsmen.
Yeah, the rebound dominance by Kingsmen is just one of the biggest assets that really sticks out in this game. The defense that they're playing on Marian also really pushing them out, not allowing that dribble drive, and if it is, it's contested by at least one, if not two people on the inside.
So let's show you how it got to be this way here at the Palace, because Penn came out firing from three-point range. First it was Marcus Burton, and then Joe Smith was able to dial it up from long distance. Kingsman jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Declan Sullivan showed off the handles. He had to work hard for those 8 points, though, in the first half. Meanwhile, Burton getting the bucket and the bump right there as the Kingsmen would open up an 11-point lead. But here comes Marian. They're just not going away. Darian Thornton in transition. Speaking of transition, though, Burton with the steal and the score right there, keeping Penn in front. He got some help. Trey Miller, big 5 points off the bench in that first half. Jackson Price started to get on track. He had 5 points in the half. That's the basket for Burton that broke the school record. And then he got some help from Joey Garwood, who had 4 points in the half. And as we take a look at the first half numbers, shooting percentage is pretty good. Turnovers much higher than either coach would like, but glaring, the free throw line and the rebounds.
Yeah, when you look at the free throw line, perfect for the Kingsmen, but the three-point area as well. Penn's taken 10 three-pointers, hitting 3 of them. Marian's only put up 6, only hit 1 of them. Marian's known for being a three-point threat, and I think that's one of the keys here in this second half. Getting that space, getting that ball movement so they can get those open threes.
Yeah, Penn's length really giving them fits, especially with Gatete and Durda helping on the outside. Marian normally shoots 41% outside the arc, 17% in the first half. So what kind of adjustments will Rob Berger make, and what will the second half look like? We'll find out. This has been our St. Joe County Police Department halftime report. Action continues from the Palace after this on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by HealthLink, your community health center. Before the second half begins, the Penn fans already getting revved up for the second half. So too is Craig Heatherly. He's got a Bills Heating courtside report. Talked with your old coach, Rob Berger, at halftime. Did he know you?
Yeah, coach said it's really simple. They've got to limit the easy baskets and extra possessions that Penn's getting. They've got to take care of the basketball in the half court, and they've got to get back and find shooters in the half court. And when that ball goes up, he wants to see more guys flying to the rim and grabbing that rebound and limiting Penn to one shot.
Well, more than what he had would be one, quite frankly, because there were many times where Marian had nobody in the lane around the rim. Let's take a look at our TCU trivia question tonight. We talked about the all-time scoring record at Penn. Well, Marian's had its fair share of scores as well, but who was their first 1,000-point scorer? Let's think about that. Go back into the 20th century.
That wasn't that long ago. Come on now. 20th century wasn't that long ago.
Tell me about it.
Here to protect and serve our community, St. Joe County Police Department is hiring immediately. Employment opportunities for high school graduates are available, and they offer a host of benefits and a true family environment on their team. Learn more at sjcindiana.com/employment.
Reminder, we've got more high school basketball, our primetime showcase on Tuesday night with the live stream. I don't think we have a live stream this week, though, from Mishawaka, so we'll show it to you Wednesday night at 9, Thursday night at 2, as Fairfield visits a red-hot Mishawaka team that takes a 9-game win streak into a game with Northridge tomorrow night. What job Bodie Bender has done in his first year in the Princess City.
Hey, a big thank you to Barnaby's in Mishawaka on Grape Road, Granger, and now the new Twin Branch location, where you'll always find delicious pizza and a relaxed family atmosphere. Order online at MishawakaBarnaby's.com. We'd like to thank Barnaby's and Twin Branch for feeding the production crew tonight with all the great pizza and chicken fingers.
There you see Marcus Burton, 14 points in the first half. He averages 28 a game, so he's right on pace. And as we mentioned, he broke the all-time single school scoring record for Penn High School. Third quarter being brought to us by Carl K. Memorials. They want to wish the athletes in this game good luck. They're proud of their hard work and accomplishments. Penn with the basketball in a 9-point lead as we start the third. Joey Garwood on the wing. Garwood to Gatete. Oh, what beautiful passing to Dylan Durda, but he couldn't get it to go. Couldn't get the second one to go, and Penn 0 for 2 to start the third. Here comes Marian with a chance to cut into the lead. Jackson Price on the outside. Price gives it off to Declan Sullivan. And Sullivan wide open for three. Couldn't get it. Burton the rebound.
Just quite wasn't in position to receive that ball for the three.
Burton explodes to the basket for two.
Just taking it to the hoop like it's nobody's business, making it look easy as well.
Sullivan at the other end. Here's Thornton for three. Darian Thornton with his 18th three-pointer of the season, his first of the night. He now has 7, and the lead is 8. Penn has been in command since the opening minute. Garwood. Gatete. Good ball movement. Burton drives the baseline and lays it in.
One thing we're not seeing at Marian's end is that ball movement that Penn has at this end. Penn's just doing a great job of really moving the ball, different players getting it and feeding Burton on the drive.
Burton has such great ability to absorb contact. Thornton absorbed a little bit there, and he'll go to the foul line for free throws sponsored by McDonald Physical Therapy.
If that's Josh Gatete, I believe that's his third. Is that his third? Got his second. Bonner picked up the other one I marked.
So here's Thornton, a 68% foul shooter. He and Declan Sullivan have been teammates since the 6th grade over at St. Anthony. Darian, well-spoken, 6'4" senior, averages 13 points a game. Looking for his 8th here on the night. And went 0 for 2 at the stripe. Meanwhile, at the other end, Burton open for three. Ring it up. It's sponsored by Klein Custom Homes. Or Hardware Plus. Hardware Plus, our three-point sponsor tonight for Penn. Good body control by Thornton, but he couldn't get it to go, and Durda gets the rebound. Penn wants to pick up the tempo. Why not with that guy? Blocked by Rhodes. Rebound out of bounds to Penn.
This game's health tip is brought to you by HealthLink, who reminds you that good vision is the key to success on the field and in the classroom. Schedule your child's yearly eye exam at HealthLink today. HealthLink offers medical, dental, vision, and more, regardless of your ability to pay.
Burton Going to work on Darian Thornton. Now Gatete. Here's Joe Smith for three. It's off the mark. Durda controls the rebound. And we've got a whistle and a foul called against Marian.
Again, another offensive board for the Penn Kingsmen. Something the Marian Knights have to defend. They have to get a body on somebody and get them out of the lane.
You can break things down any way you want, but I really think that is the crucial story in this game right now. Penn's dominance on the offensive glass. Burton down the lane, couldn't get it to go. The rebound pulled away. It's still loose. Held ball, alternating possession goes to Marian.
Again, shouldn't be an offensive board on that to get to that possession. Marian's got to get a body on somebody.
You see Rob Berger. This is his second stint at Marian. 25 years overall as a head coach. He also coached at Wawasee and Mishawaka. Played at Riley for his dad. Last year, the Knights, the 3A state runner-up, losing to Beech Grove in the championship game down at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Jackson Price on the outside. Now here's Sullivan. And Joey Garwood laid the lumber to Zion Rhodes.
Frick's Dairy Queen on South Michigan Street in South Bend goes great with any timeout. Dunk a fry into one of our world-famous Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Blizzard. Still a delicious chicken strip from your dad's chicken strip basket. Or go for the three with our triple flamethrower stack burger. Proud to sponsor high school athletics. Frick's Dairy Queen wishes the Marian Knights good luck. Dairy Queen, happy tastes good.
Penn now with a 13-point lead midway through the third. Sullivan, floater down the lane, drew the contact, and he'll go to the line for free throws sponsored by McDonald Physical Therapy. And these free throws for Declan Sullivan could move him up on the Marian all-time scoring list as you get another look at the foul by Gatete. The first one would tie Devin Kennedy for second on the all-time scoring list, so that is achieved. Devin, of course, playing in the G League with the South Bay Lakers these days. This one would put him past Kennedy and put him just behind the great Demetrius Jackson, whom the court at Marian is named for. And there it is. He's number 2 all-time at Marian.
State Senator Ryan Mishler is a proud supporter of high school athletics and wants to wish all athletes in this game good luck. We celebrate your hard work and dedication to your team.
Knights staying in the 1-3-1 zone. Joe Smith for three, very short, and a hip check called on Jackson Price.
McDonald Physical Therapy is proud to have Michiana's top physical therapist known for quality of care and patient focus. Remember, McDonald Physical Therapy when you need to get back in the game.
Timeout sponsored by the Penn Boosters. 4:20 to go, third quarter. Kingsmen on top of Marian 38-27 in this NIC showdown on 46. And this edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by TCU. Discover better banking at TCU. They sponsor our trivia question. We asked it earlier. Marian's first 1,000-point scorer, the legendary B.J. Kloska, back in 1997. The first to eclipse that mark in a Knight uniform. They've had quite a few on both the boys and girls side since then.
I was thinking some of a ski or something Polish along that line.
Kloska fits. Penn with the ball and an 11-point lead. Trey Miller back in the game for the Kingsmen. Smith finds Burton in the corner. Burton on the drive, Euro step for two. That was fancy.
What body control he had going around those guys. Just a great job of really getting in there. And, man, he can do it from the inside and out.
Sullivan pull-up jumper over Smith. That had enough arch on it. It bring rain outside. Maybe snow right now. Here's Miller for three. It's Miller time, and it's sponsored by Hardware Plus. Trey Miller is 8 of 15 from three-point range this season.
8 points tonight for Miller, career high of 11. Closing in on that here tonight in this huge matchup.
Sullivan handles it outside. Price for three, ring it up. Jackson Price now has 8. That's his 41st three-pointer of the year. Burton. Now Miller lobs it down low. Bonner back out to Burton. Smith dished in the corner, and Miller couldn't save it.
Floor Coverings International of Michiana cheers for the Kingsmen. Whether looking for tile, carpet, hardware, or luxury vinyl, they can help transform your home into your dream home. Visit Michiana.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
Both teams making substitutions. Elias Norgard, a young man from Denmark, checks into the game for Marian. He wears number 23. He's a 6'4" junior. Sullivan with a great drive, but a little too strong on the layup. Here comes Burton the other way. Leaves it off for Bonner, who was fouled by Paxton Sullivan. And Dominic Bonner will go to the foul line to take free throws, sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers.
Marian students learn with humility, serve with compassion, and lead with integrity in the classroom, on the athletic fields, and in the community. This legacy began over 55 years ago, and learn more how you can be a part of this tradition and become a Knight by visiting our website at marianhs.org. Go Knights!
Bonner, a 42% foul shooter on the year. Went 1 of 2 at the stripe. First miss at the foul line for Penn tonight.
They've just done a great job of converting those free throws into points tonight.
Perhaps the only disappointment for Al Rhodes in this game would be at times his team's ball security in the first half. Other than that, they've really done everything else well.
Mookie Ward Pouncey picking up his first foul this evening.
Al Rhodes looking on from the sideline. Sullivan for three. No, we got a moving screen called on Norgard.
Wow, first wide open three that Dagelin's had tonight, and he got a moving screen.
Fourth foul on Marian here in the second half. Ward, the transfer from Mishawaka. Here's Burton. Splits the defenders. Explodes to the hoop. Couldn't get it. Norgard the rebound. Sullivan in transition goes all the way and draws the foul from Bonner. I've got 3 on Dominic.
Yeah, I got 3 on Bonner, Gatete, and Garwood, all with 3 fouls. The Penn Boosters root for the Kingsmen's success in this game and all season, supporting all Penn extracurricular activities, and for a donation of $10, you too can show your Penn spirit. Last year, Penn Boosters awarded over $59,000 for academic clubs and teams. Follow them on Facebook or go to pennboosters.org.
Sullivan with a runner. Oh my, he has 14. Doing his best to keep Marian in it. Pass is kicked away and out of bounds. Deuce Owens will check back in to take the place of Darian Thornton.
Give Darian a little rest here. He's got 3 fouls. Don't want to pick up that 4th foul before you get to that 4th quarter.
Miller. Now Bonner drives the baseline. Got the bucket in the bump. Dominic Bonner, usually in the game because of his defense, but he's giving Penn a little bit of offense tonight with a little burst to the hoop to draw the foul from Zion Rhodes.
Yeah, great job there. Good replay by R&B Car Company to show that drive, get inside, good body control.
Free throw sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. Bonner, the son of the girls' assistant coach Indisha Bonner here at Penn, now with 6. Pass was tried to be threaded to Owens. Bonner called for the foul. He can't believe it. comes over to plead his case in front of Al Rhodes, and Al will settle him down. So that's the 4th foul on Dominic Bonner, the 6th on Penn. Kingsman will go to the bench and put Maverick Brown in, a 6-foot junior. Brown not one that gets a ton of playing time on this team. Declan Sullivan by Trey Miller. Couldn't get that one to go. Norgard, the bucket of the bump.
Big hoop by Norgard. Great job, good position. Bucket and the bump for Norgard.
You get another look on the R&B Car Company replay at the work by Norgard on the offensive glass. He has played on Danish national teams at the 16, 17, and 18-year-old level. Couldn't get the free throw to go, though. Marian still hanging around, hoping to make the 4th quarter interesting, but they're down 11 and now 14. Marcus Burton with 26 is putting on a show at the Palace. Paxton Sullivan. His brother Declan loses the handle but recovers. Thornton turns, can't hit. Rebound controlled by Penn. Burton with a blast. Trey Miller for 3. It's sponsored by Hardware Plus, and the Penn bench tells the story. Miller ties his career high with 11. And a foul called on the outside against Penn. It'll send Marian to the foul line for 1 in the bonus.
State Senator Ryan Mishler is a proud supporter of high school athletics and wants to wish all athletes in this game good luck. We celebrate your hard work and dedication to your team.
Yeah, Dylan Durda checks out. Nolan McCullough comes in for the first time for Penn tonight. He's the quarterback on the football team. Paxton Sullivan, a 73% foul shooter at the line, taking free throws sponsored by McDonald Physical Therapy. Paxton named that because he was making a peace sign in his ultrasound before he was born. What a grab by Darian Thornton on the turnover. Here come the Sullivan brothers. Deuce Owens throws it away, but he was fouled.
Hardware Plus is a proud supporter of high school sports and has been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century. Featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts. Hardware Plus, where service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
McDonald Physical Therapy sponsoring the 1 in the bonus here for Deuce Owens. 55% foul shooter. He hits the first. Owens with 6 tonight. There's been good balance by the Marian players who have scored. There just have not been enough of them.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies brand is globally known as the knowledge source for metal finishing. Like the teams in this game, Imagineering is always working toward a great finish. IFT is proud to support all student athletes.
Joe Smith's 3 goes awry. The 3rd quarter comes to an end. It was a 3rd quarter that featured some 3-point shooting. Darian Thornton got it done outside the arc, but so too did Marcus Burton. And then down low, Dominic Bonner, the Kingsmen in command, leading 53-38 as we go to the 4th on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by the electrical workers of Local 153, making our communities brighter since 1914. Making our broadcast brighter, the return of Craig Heatherly to the Bills Heating Courtside Report. Your thoughts on what you've seen through 3?
Yeah, this game is full of competitors, but the ultimate competitor, Marcus Burton. The sign of a great player is how much he makes the game easier for others. He makes other players better. When he has the ball in his hands, his eyes are up. He's looking to make the right play every single time. And that's a sign of a great competitor, but also a sign of a winner, Chuck.
You coached in the college ranks. How well do you expect Burton to do at the next level?
Repeat that for me there, Chuck.
You coached in the college ranks. How well do you expect Marcus to do at the next level?
Yeah, I think he's so dynamic. He shoots the three. He attacks off the dribble. He makes plays for other. He can finish at the rim. He's a really good athlete. He's unselfish. He's just a competitor, Chuck.
Burton has it here in the corner. Joey Garwood for three. That's off the mark, and the rebound to Thornton. Sullivan will take it across for Marian, who need to find some offense here. A team that averages 60 points a game held to 38 in the first three quarters by this lanky Penn defense. Sullivan blocked by Gatete again.
Again, that defense, I mean, 6'8", I mean, and he's got the long arms as well. I mean, we got to talk to those two at halftime, and we saw the size difference between the two. And the thing about Gatete is he's agile. He can make those moves and stay with him.
Price, though, hits the three. Jackson with 11 tonight, his 10th game in double figures this season. Burton, the floater, 28. That's his average. Just another night at the office for Marcus Burton. Norgard on Gatete. Oh, great pass underneath and laid in by Deuce Owens. Norgard showing a little game here off the bench for Marian. Burton kicks it outside to Garwood. Burton just drives past them all for two. That's 30.
I really like how Penn just continues to attack the basket. They continue to dribble drive. They continue to play their game. They don't try to slow it up and play something different.
That's his 6th game this year of 30 or more for Marcus Burton. Now we've got a whistle and a foul on Penn, and it's going to send Marian to the line. And this is the one thing that can allow Marian to get back in this game, the chance to score points with the clock stopped.
Marian free throws brought to you by McDonald's Physical Therapy and Klein Custom Homes in Michiana, premier home builder. Come visit one of their exclusive neighborhoods and let Klein Custom Homes build on your property or anywhere in Michiana. For more info, visit us at KleinCustomHomes.com.
Elias Norgard, 75% free throw shooter on the year, hits the first. He says the game here in the States much faster than what he was used to playing over in Copenhagen. He played in Spain a little bit as well, so he's played in a couple of different countries, got some experience. That 4 points matches his season high that he had against Andrean. Marian back within 12. Burton, head and shoulder fake. Look at the ball control. Look at the shot. Then Gatete finishes it up.
Offensive board again by Penn. Another offensive board inside.
For as often as we called his name tonight, that's his first basket, but he has done a dynamite job defending and rebounding. Declan Sullivan on the outside for Marian. Owens spinning, couldn't hit. Good defense by Dylan Durda. The Penn bigs have come up very big around the glass and on defense tonight. And then this guy supplies offense.
Ooh.
A blocking foul on Norgard, his second.
Looked like at first they were going to call a charge on Burton, but I think that was a good call to blocking. Looked like Norgard was still moving a little bit and maybe falling into Burton.
84% free throw shooter, taking free throws sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers.
Clover Machinery Movers is proud to support the Kingsmen Athletics for over 65 years. Clover Machinery Movers has been providing professional and reliable machinery moving. When you need your project done right, on time, and on budget, contact the experts at Clover Machinery Movers.
When I come over and do interviews during the week, I like to ask players about the other players on the team. So I asked Burton's teammates about what makes him good. They said one of the toughest things they have to get over is not standing and watching, because he's so electric as he goes to the basket, but he distributes the ball. He shares the ball. He's very unselfish.
No, and Craig brought up that point, you know, in between quarters of just how he makes everybody else around him better. just his ability to draw the attention that he draws, that eases it up on the other. It should make it a lot easier on the other players to score, get offensive rebounds, whatever it is. But he just does a fantastic job of doing that.
Burton goes over by the bench, not sitting down so he can stay loose. Penn up by 16 in this one. Here's Norgard driving to the basket. Oh, the finger roll and the bucket and the bump. Hello!
Norgard, here's the R&D Car Company replay. Norgard with a really good take. Nice finger roll, really taking the hole strong. Norgard's only played in 7 games this year. This could be one of the guys that comes off of Coach Berger's bench and really gets some good playing time down the stretch and give them something reliable off the bench.
The Great Dane with 7. That finger roll, that was circa George Gervin. Look it up, kids. Google it. Joey Garwood draws contact over in the corner.
Carl K. Memorials wants to wish the athletes in this game good luck. We are proud of your hard work and accomplishments. That's Carl K. Memorials.
So Joey Garwood goes to the foul line here as you look at Rob Berger on the Marian bench. Garwood, we mentioned, 92% free throw shooter, 5 points tonight. Free throw sponsored by Clover Machinery Movers. Joey knew all about that 8-game losing streak at the hand of the Knights. Said, I respect them, but I don't like them. Wanted to do something about it tonight, and he and his teammates are 4:41 from snapping that skid, and he gets the steal here. Ahead to Smith in transition. Joe Smith with 8 tonight.
Just a great job of getting in transition. Didn't even have to take a dribble on that pass after the rebound.
Underneath Norgard, erased by Durda. What terrific team defense by the Kingsmen. What teamwork, but Gatete couldn't get it to go.
I think it caught Gatete off balance just a little bit. But Josh, you're 6'8".
Come
Throw
on,
that down.
Oh, he's going to wish he had this one back on the R&B Car Company replay. This would have taken the roof off the Palace, but he couldn't finish. Declan Sullivan taking free throws sponsored by McDonald Physical Therapy. And when Sullivan's missing free throws, that's how you know it's not Marian's night.
Now down by 16 at this point. I mean, they just need to take one possession at a time and keep working it. One possession, one possession. You cannot get all these points back right away. And again, I love how Penn continues to attack, continues to play their game.
It's what they do best, so why stop doing it? Joe Smith lost the handle, and it's an over and back violation. Our factoids brought to you by Barnaby's Pizza of Mishawaka, Granger, and Twin Branch. We talk about this Penn offense at 64 right now. They are one of the state's top scoring offenses, number 3 at 73 points a game. And I think they'll probably get right around that tonight.
Yeah, they're pushing in on that 70 mark to be here before you know it.
Thornton working on Burton, they're buddies. Great respect between these two teams. We've seen numerous instances of good sportsmanship tonight. Players helping each other up. They see each other quite a bit on the AAU circuit. Here's a travel called on Paxton Sullivan. But the Kingsmen with a 15-point lead. Now they have one other unbeaten they have to worry about in the NIC. They play St. Joe on Tuesday night. A blocking foul called on Joe Smith. And I know if you watched that St. Joe game on Tuesday night against Northwood, you probably think, I don't think that's going to be very close, but you still got to take care of business if you're the Kingsmen.
Oh yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things. You got to take care of business.
And they're in a stretch where they're playing 6 games in 12 days. Al Rhodes says, I like practice. kids like games.
Yep.
The kids are going to be happy here over the next 2 weeks. Timeout taken by Al Rhodes and Penn. It's sponsored by the Penn Boosters. 3:12 to go. The number 2 team in Class 4A trying to get to 12-1 and leads it by 15 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the IHSAA, partnering with TV 46 for over 30 years. Reminder, we've got college basketball on the radio this weekend. On Sunday, we split the frequencies on 103.1. The suddenly resurgent Indiana Hoosiers get a visit from Tom Izzo and Sparty at Assembly Hall. That should be a lot of fun. And then Purdue continues to roll 18-1, and Matt Painter's bunch tries to protect Mackey Arena from the Maryland Terrapins. Your place for Big Ten basketball on the radio is Pulse FM.
I really like the drop to number 3 by Purdue. Get him out of that number 1 spot, move him down to 3. That number 1, everybody's got a target on your head when you're on that number 1 spot. And they're more fit for number 3 seed.
Reminder, 2 games coming up in February between Purdue and Indiana, and it may well decide the player of the year in the Big Ten, whether it's Zach Edey of Purdue or Trace Jackson Davis of the Hoosiers. Here, Penn and Marian in their annual battle, and the Kingsmen up by 15, but Deuce Owens at the line, trying to tie his career high with his 10th point of the night, and does. Deuce, because he's William Owens II, henceforth the nickname. Not because he's second on the team in block shots, even though that's true. Rebound to Penn. Marian has not exactly done itself favors at the foul line tonight. They've missed quite a few. Penn has been very good at the charity stripe tonight.
That's almost the difference in this game. They were 8 for 8 in the first half, and I'm sure they made at least 6 here in this half, which would be about that 14-point differential.
Plus, Penn has done a good job of solving its turnover problems, which plagued them earlier in the game. The combination of Smith and Burton, a dynamic backcourt, and they're just playing catch like they're out on a summer's day in the backyard. Now Burton underneath to Durda. First basket of the night for Dylan Durda. Sullivan to Darian Thornton. Durda says, get that shot out of here. Here come the Kingsmen the other way. Burton tried to lob it to Bonner, and Owens hustled down to knock it away.
The size of Penn is really taking advantage of Marian on the inside with Durda, Miller, Gatete. Just a great job of having that bigger size and bigger bodies on the inside.
Burton with just so many moves tonight. Smith doing a good job of parrying with the dribble. Now here's Garwood. Burton up top. You don't dare double team him.
And as they're, Rob Berger looks like he's clearing his bench over there.
It is the basketball version of the surrender flag when you send 5 down to the scorer's table, and that's what Marian has done.
Hey, wouldn't it be great to work for a company with their employees are the most valuable asset? Well, now's your chance because Rescore is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the Rescore family and a $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit Rescore.com. That's RESCHCOR.com.
And Marcus Burton will leave the game with 31 points. And encouraging the ovation from the Penn faithful. It gives him about 1:26 to compose his thoughts before he speaks with Craig Heatherly on the postgame show.
You sure you want Marcus Burton as our player of the game?
I'll lean that way. Joe Smith throws it away.
I had him at 32. You had him at 31. We'll just give him 40 on the night.
Oh, let me do some quick math here and make sure You may be right, Mr. Hunt. I'll give him 32 because if I add all the other numbers up on the score sheet, that's where he stands.
There we go. But again, we talked about Marcus Burton. We knew we were going to talk about him a lot tonight, but his ability to get the other people the ball and them to able to execute, I think, is the biggest thing as well. And the defense inside that Penn played tonight, really extending that Marian offense did wonders and is what really won this game as well.
Jackson Horvath, number 11 in the game. That's Thomas Murphy, 15. As the Marian reserves play out the final minute of this one, the Penn Kingsmen will snap an 8-game losing streak at the hands of Marian and take control of the NIC race as Ben Warnell hits that shot. Warnell is 6'3" junior. Meanwhile, the Penn reserves taking this one down. Alexander Hawthorne in the game. Joey Garwood helping control things from the top. Career win number 677 for Al Rhodes, and the celebration is on at the Palace. The frustration of losses to Marian is over for the Penn Kingsmen. The number 2 team in 4A has beaten the number 1 team in 3A by a final score of 66-52. Stick around, a lot to talk about on the St. Joe County Police Department post-game show, including our player of the game, an electrifying play of the game, and it all comes your way next on the 46 Game of the Week.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by
The scene continues here at the Penn Palace, where they storm the court after a 66-52 Kingsmen win over Marian, ending 9 years of frustration at the hands of the Knights and knocking off the number 1 team in 3A. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hunt, welcome into the Martin Supermarket broadcast booth high above the fray in our St. Joe County Police Department post-game show. What a performance by the Kingsmen tonight in literally every facet of the game.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most complete games we've seen, especially by this Penn team. They've come out, and I have to say Marcus Burton might be the best player in the state of Indiana.
He may well be. I know one thing, Craig Heatherly is fired up to talk to him down courtside.
All right, go figure. We are here with Marcus Burton, the player of the game. What an atmosphere. Tell us what it was like to play in front of that crowd.
It was fun. I didn't expect all these people to be here to show out for us, but they came, and it was a good win, and I'm happy.
Good players show up and show out for a game. Great players show up and show out every single day. You're an everyday guy. What makes you tick?
I love the game of basketball. My dad always tell me before games, just go out and have fun and do what I do. And I came out and have fun and did what I did.
You're a flat-out winner, no doubt about it. But you can't do it alone. Tell us about the support system that you have here on your team, but also there at home.
This is a great team, man. We get along good. We share the ball. We love the coaching staff. The coaches love us. And we work every single day at practice.
Who motivates you the most at home?
My mom and dad.
Awesome. Congratulations. Go enjoy it.
Thank you.
Fantastic game. Chuck, what a game. What a player. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Craig. Indeed, always good to give Mom and Dad a shout-out in the post-game interview, especially on a night where he broke Penn's all-time school scoring record, shattering the mark from Noah Applegate, and that provides us with our electrifying play of the game, sponsored by the electrical workers of Local 153, appropriately enough in transition.
Yeah, it was just a great transition. Got all the way down, exploded to the basket, what he does all the time. Get down the floor, get in transition, and explode to that hoop.
32 points for Burton tonight to lead the way. But really, this was a team effort by Penn. There are guys that aren't going to have a lot of figures in the box score, like Josh Gatete and Dylan Durda, who did an amazing defensive job tonight, really limiting that Marian offense.
Yeah, throw in Trey Millers, throw in Bonner in that category as well. They just did a great job on the inside of really protecting that hoop, getting the offensive rebounds, and getting those second chance points.
By the way, fun fact for you, this is the first time in the last 38 games when Marian has scored more than 50 that they've lost. So what a job by Penn on both ends of the floor tonight. Al Rhodes' team looks really good. We'll see them again in about 3 weeks when they take on South Bend, Washington. And Marian, they've got a tough bounce back on Tuesday night when John Glenn comes.
Yeah, that's going to be a very physical game for them, and that with Hannah in that game, and they got to bounce back and they got to play their game and get back to the basics.
Our thanks to our TV46 crew who helped bring you this one, led by the bubbly one, Tony Beltran, working the dials tonight, and our usual crew of terrific men that bring you high school sports week in and week out. A reminder, college basketball on the radio Sunday on 92.1 and 96.9. It's Maryland and Purdue at 1 at 103.1 FM. Michigan State takes on Indiana at noon. And more high school action comes your way in our prime time showcase next week. Wednesday night at 9, Thursday afternoon at 2. We'll bring you the contest between Fairfield and Red Hot Mishawaka from the Cave in the Princess City. Now for my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hunt and Craig Heatherly, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, Penn 66, Marian 52. So long from a raucous Princess City.